Dun-dum, 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 dun-dum. Boom, 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 boom. Hello again. This time, you may have noticed at the beginning I played a little clip of me showing off the game that's back here. So the game is actually a role-playing game that I use the Pokemon cards for. So I'm going to show you kind of Pokemon cards and explain a little bit of what I do with them to be able to play. So we're going to deal with my collection, which obviously is Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's not Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, surprise. Actually, I've got Yu-Gi-Oh cards over here. In fact, this is a token call here. There's some tokens. So, in here, I have a collection of cards that is actually broken down into type. And don't have any trainer cards in here. But I use a select few trainers, mostly the Pokemon and the energies to go with them. So we're going to grab a section here. And we'll see what we got. Ooh, we're going to start with the fire section here. We'll do the fire section today. Which I'm not sure why. Oh, that's odd. He's under the water. Except for this one. So we got the Charizard card. The tribute there. And I will use old cards and new cards and anything in between. Most cards will work for it, unless they are heavy on trainer cards. Then I won't worry too much about them. I will keep a few tools and a few story-specific supporter cards, but those will come in as I come up with storylines. So it's a story-based RPG. Everyone gets to pick their starter Pokemon, which my only rule is it has to have 3 stages. So just like your Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. So you can't do like, you could do Pikachu, Raichu, but it's going to be Pichu you're going to start out with. Which, if you use any of mine, it's really hard to use. But we'll do with this. So first of all, I'm not going to worry about all the energies. Keep a bunch of them in there. Now I break the order down into basics and evolutions. Like I said, these are old cards, new cards, everything in between. So here, I'll get the stack a little shorter here so it stays in better focus. So, of course, I have Articuno, Delibird, Palkia. So some legendaries in there. Pampor, Seal again. Ooh, a Jungle Goldeen. Now the whole point of having these this way is so that we can find them in the wild. So any Pokemon I want them to find in the wild, or it has to do with a random encounter in my story, is going to be in the deck into the basic Pokemon area. And I'll have different varieties of them so they can run into different types if they find one they like attacks better, they can go for that one. If they like the classic ones, they can go with those. It's all up to the person. So we have a bunch of water Pokemon. Oh, that one's not supposed to be there. If that was in there, I would, when I was playing the game, I would make it so that they'd run into it, just to make it fun. My mistake, their win. They can find a stage 1, stage 2 Pokemon. If they can get it weak enough and catch it, they can catch it. Now you may see in the picture above me that you have all of the dice here, or only D6. That's because that's all I use in the storyline. I figure you get 6 Pokemon in a team, you get 6 D6 dice, works out fine. And the Pokeballs on it. You can get Pokeballs and Great Balls, Ultra Balls. Each one has their own set of rules for how the dice need to roll. You have to get them at least below 60 HP to be able to attempt to even catch it with a Pokeball. So it's got its own dice roll rules. Oh, and Tentacruel's not supposed to be in there either. Why is that? And there's, of course, Kingler now's in there too. So I'll move those. Just moving those to my hand here. Some classic Squirtles. There's Staryu. Another Staryu. Another Staryu. A Psyduck. These are the Detective Pikachu Psyduck. A Team Rocket Psyduck. Another Krabby. Another Krabby. And of course the classic Tentacool. And so, you see, there's a fairly weak Pokemon, ones you'd expect to find in the wild that you'd have to raise. Now, let's say you have one of your own in your own collection you would be willing to play with. My personal rules are that if you have one, you can do training with it, and the training with it is going to be you just switch it out with a Pokemon with the same name. So we have Ducklet and a Ducklet. Now look, and there's Swanion. So with these, I then keep a stack of evolutions. So when they get the set expectations for an evolution, they can evolve it, which comes into using energy cards. And I use energy cards to use for their money and for their energies for the attack, retreat cost, and for evolving Pokemon. So if they want to get a Tentacool to evolve to a Tentacruel, my rule is they need 1 energy for for every 10 HP. So you got 30 HP, you only need to have 3 energies on it. But keeping those 3 energies on it in a storyline could be risky. If it's knocked out, it loses all the energies attached to it. And then at the end, all those energies end up going towards a pool to pay the winner. So you better have a plan of attack on those. We have Araquanid. And there's a Simpor. And a Dugong. And a Seaking. And I'm going to just put these down. These are just 2 more of the same Seaking. So we got a classic Cloyster. I've got a Huntail and a Gorbis. Now for the evolutions on these, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, I'll flip a coin, I'll roll the dice, I'll let them choose. Depending on the Pokemon. So we got Wartortle, a reprint of the classic Blastoise. Not one of the classics. We got a Starmie. We got a Golduck. We got 2 fossil Kinglers. And a Tentacruel. So they're able to use those just as they would any other Pokemon in their team. So I'll set that back down here because that wasn't supposed to be in the water area anyway. Need to figure out where the fire ones went. Let's see, what section is this? Oh, this is all fighting. So we've got this set that we have the thicker stack of energy cards for the fighting because I've got more fighting Pokemon than I do water. At least free loose water. I'll use a whole deck. One of my battle decks, one of the starter decks you can just buy as a deck for this game. Now, each area should have its own deck. That way you can keep track of where they're getting Pokemon, when, what Pokemon are in an area. And you can mix types, you can mix them into different setups as you need to. Now I use one storyline, usually when I'm first introducing it, where you're trying to get to a gym and defeat the gym leader. And so I have in here the gym leader Pokemon and do like a Misty deck, which is fun. Well, it's not really a deck. It's just a pile of cards for her. So we have, here's half of the basic Pokemon. We have a Solrock and a Lunastone and another Solrock and a different Lunastone and the same Lunastone. Oh, there you go, and a Throw. And a Hawlucha, and a Sudowoodo. And I can put Sudowoodo into the evolutions if I have a Bosley, but I don't. Or I can just make people find it. There's another Solrock. There's Hitmonchan. Same thing goes with Hitmonchan and Tyrogue. And then I've got a Regirock V here, which just becomes a freaking hard one to defeat. And I'll allow raid type battles for those kind of things if people want to try to run over there and help out their teammates. It's a fully open world storyline system. Got meta types. Got a Hippopotas. Got a Mankey there. Oh, there we go. And there's some classic Mankeys coming up right about now. So we got classic Mankeys, and we got those. So we got Phanpys and Silcobra. Now, and I'll use abilities like that Mankey that has Seek. It'll let you see the top of the deck. which I'll let them see the top card of the wild Pokemon in the area. And so you adjust things as you need it. For prizes, you can see what prizes the gym leader in the area has, kind of thing. If you're in the right area, I'll let you do it. Sandshrews. Geodudes. A lot of Geodudes. Lot and lots of Geodudes. Diglett, Team Rocket Diglett. There's another Diglett. Makarita. Different one. Rockruff. Cubones. I think the rest of these are just Cubones. Yep. So. And then you'll be able to evolve those. So we got a Metachan. Different Metachan. A Hariyama. A Lycanroc. Marowak. Another one. There you go, Dugtrio. Ooh, a classic Dugtrio. We got a Graveler. Different Graveler. And there's a Golem. Sandslash. Different Sandslash. A Sandaconda. Donphan. Different Donphan. And a Primate. Another Primate. Different Primate. And a Powdon. I'm going to go and do some Psychic. Psychic's there. This makes more sense for me to look at it this way. Because it's, behind me. I'm sorry, I'm still messing with the green screen because it's freaking awesome. Now, and these cards are all basically portrayed. So. And we have the Slowpokes. And then the stupider Slowpoke. That's the first edition there. And there's a Slowpoke. Another Lunastone. This one's Psychic. Dedenne. And Unknown. I think I have a bunch of Unknown here right now. There's an M, there's N, F, T, O, M again. Is that a G? No, it's C. C, B, N, I, another I. And that's O. And that's a Mew. So, got the promo Mew here. And Lugia. Another different Lugia. There you go. There's a classic Mewtwo. Oh, that was my daughter's. I better get that one back to her. That one's not for trade. I need to get that back to my daughter. There's a Delmise. Medidi. An Corio. Viper. Giraffe Rig. Another Giraffe Rig. A classic Abra. A Ghastly. Different Ghastly. The original Ghastly. Shadowless Ghastly. And I got a couple of those. Ekans. Another Ekans. Third. There's a Gullet. Drowsy. Another Drowsy. Different Drowsy. Oh, wow. Drowsy. Make me yawn just thinking of it. A Muna. A Duskull. Another Duskull. Natu. Another Abra. And a couple more Abras. Boom, boom. So if it feeds into my storyline, I'll give them different abilities, different things. I'll even let them attack trainers sometimes. Especially if my son decides he wants to go for Team Rocket again when we play. I'll tell him, hey, there's this legendary Pokemon giving us trouble, and you need to go find it and catch it. And he'll say, great, I'm going to go find the Team Rocket training center. And like, there isn't one. And he's like, that's fine, I'll just go steal people's Pokemon. And so far he's failed. But, you know, I give him a chance. We got Slowbro. Classic Hunter. Fossil Hunter. Arbok. Golurk. Hypno. Musharna, whatever it is. Dusknory. Another Dusknory. There's Dusclops. Xatu. Different Xatu. And more Xatus. Got some Kadabras, Kadabra, Gengar. Now, before any of you collectors start getting excited about these, a lot of these are scratched or worn out. This one has a little gash right here. So, yeah, they're a classic holographic one from, what, 1998? But they aren't well taken care of. And so, a lot of these are just scrap cards that aren't going to go into a folder. Don't have any sentimental use for them. And so, I find a use for them. And that is a reprint. It looks like one of my daughters too. Sorry, she got one of those evolution Mewtwo decks with the fighting and the psychic types in it. And her Mewtwo's have been missing. I think I just found one. And I think I found her Hunter too. So, we'll let her have those back. So, which I don't use them too much for storylines when I do play. But what I want to do is I actually want to set up a online game through Skype or through YouTube. I want to be able to get multiple people playing online, and so we can record video or audio of people playing, and they can watch the board and comment on it. Oh, there you go. And there's two more holographics that are actually in packaging. So we got a Slowking or Alakazam people can evolve to go along with the others. What else is in here? Don't have a lot of fairies. Really not going to worry about the fairies here. So right now, those are my fairies. Boom. So I do have more fairy Pokemon, but they're in a base deck, and so I use them, but don't really have a storyline go with them. It's just have an area that'll be fairy and psychic just for fun, kind of thing. So it looks like the next one is going to be, oh, okay. I'm going to do colorless. Sorry, and these have been messed around with recently, so they are a little out of order. Just making sure we have just basic Pokemon in here. Yep, there we go. Well, I get some pit of. Oh, well, that's interesting. Let's fix that here while we're at it. So we have a pit of and the Tranquil. We'll put the Tranquil to the evolution. And Unferret also needs to go. A Snorlax. We got a bunch of those. Munchlax. Spearow. Another Spearow. Another Spearow. Another Spearow. Got a bunch of them here. That duo. Oh, I remember this. I just tons of birds for some reason. Yeah, for some reason, just bunch of birds here. More to duos. A Tailo. There you go. Miniko. There's another bird. Swallowed. There you go. There's a Meowth V. And a Bidoof. Need to get more Bidoofs just to mess with people. There's a Meowth. There's another Meowth. There's Skitty. Skitty Kitty. Zigzagoon. Go classic Rattata. Base series. Tauros. Smeargle. Zangoose. A Drampa. And Castform. Oranguru. Miltank. And there's a classic Farfetch'd. And another Zangoose. Just for fun. And then we got the Unifeds I pulled out. And Tranquil. There's another Snorlax. We got Fearow, Dugtrio. Sorry, Dotrio. Not Doug, Dotrio. Swallow. And Zico. And Altaria. A Bibarel. Another Dotrio. Another Dotrio. Couple classic Persians. Interesting. I don't think I saw any Skitty in here. But there are some Delicat. Sorry, now I'm looking through to see if I have any Skitty to play with. Oh, I do have Skitty. I did pass Skitty. Okay. A Lanoon. More Lanoon. Eradicate. The original base with the question mark. Basically 50% takeoff on that. Staravia. And that. A Rukidi. No, there's that one. And I'm not too worried about the evolutions to that because I do have a deck with them. So Pidgey, and Pidgeotto. Let's get this Pidgey out of there and put them in the proper pile. And there you go, Meowth VMAX. Like I said, I'll do a raid battle system with them, where they're going to have to charge up and or do a flip a coin and they can get confused and everything else like any other Pokemon. So get that back in here. Get that darn thing back where it belongs, so help me. Oh, there you go. And there is Snorlax from my Blast from my past. No, it's not holographic, but it is first edition, and it is actually from the first booster pack I bought back in 1999. Good time, good time. And just barely got retired from one of my decks. And it's just one of my favorite cards, just because it's sentimental value. So, let's see here. Oh, now let's go with that later here. Got some dragons to play with, but first, I'm going to do some dark. And this will be the last pile we'll actually do. We'll start off with dragons next time, just to show you what all the kind of things I have here. So with the darks, we have some Absol, and if you can see, I don't really care if they're the reprints, if they're the duplicates. These are for story based. These aren't for championship based. They aren't for any official play. So we got a Spiritomb, a Skorupi, a Houndour, a Dino, another one, an Impidimp, Houndour, Dino, Trubbish, and Sneasels, and Sneasels. Boom. So, not a lot of darks. That's a fun one. Of course, go with Houndour. Morgrim. And the Grimmsnarl. Drapion. Another Houndoom. A Hydreion. Another Hydreion. A Weasel. Of course you need it. And a Garbodor. And a Team Plasma Weavile. Now I'll use the specialized ones like the dark and the light. I don't have any lights, but dark ones or the Team Rocket or the trainer ones as actual trainer Pokemon. And so we'll do the Team Plasma will show up kind of thing, and or Team Rocket. I actually had one storyline where we ended up with, didn't originally plan it, but ended up with Team Plasma, Team Aqua, and Team Rocket all fighting against each other. That was kind of fun. Kind of an ADD eclectic layout there. Just because this is the last little bit on the pile here. We've got some special energies that I keep in there, and one electric for some reason. Speed energy, twin energy. And my favorite wall, Shining Charizard. Then we got a Latios and a Latias. And some Rayquaza. Another Latios. Now we have a Lone Persian, which I don't have the Alolan Meowth, so I can't really use. And for some reason I've got some Steel mixed in here too. I've got the Pharaoh Seed and Pharaoh Seed. These all need to be organized. And a Ferrothorn, Mawile, and Mawile. Apparently my divider just got taken out. Because there's a Mastodon. which is odd that they are all laid out like that. You figure that one out. If anyone wants to tell me what I was thinking by keeping all those piled in there, I'd like to know too. But yeah, I've got another pile in here, but I'm going to save those for another time. We'll run along. If you like these cards or you have any questions about how to get the game or want some more rules to it, go ahead and leave a comment or message me. I welcome the feedback and welcome the questions. All right, and see you later.